Nigel Farage, one of the great freedom fighters, a man who, just like myself, is hopeful yet nervous of what might be coming in the next couple of weeks. Of course, you can see him on GB News. You can see him in the Reform Party in the UK Parliament. Nigel, I look at one set of data, it all feels like 2016 all over again. I look at another set of data and go, yeah, but... are you obsessively looking into the this and the that of it all, or you've just got to go with your gut and, the sense of things remains as strong as it did for Trump 6 months ago?
Well, the important point to make is that Harris, after this initial honeymoon, rather false honeymoon, I should say, created by the press, that's all gone. Her performance on 60 Minutes was abject. Now, let's see how she gets on Fox News. Trump is leading in all of the key swing states. Of that, there is no doubt. However, the leads are so small in 3 or 4 of them. We're talking 1.5, max 2%, that it is within the margin of error. So I still, if you put me up against the wall, I'm going to say Trump wins. But goodness me, this is going to be very, very tight. I've got this funny hunch it might all come down to Pennsylvania, and we won't find out for about 4 days.
Yeah, well, you're right, which is that no matter whether it was a mail-in vote or an early vote, they can't count anything until election day. And even then, there are restrictions about whether it's when the polls close. So imagine all of it at once. Yes, and wouldn't it be nice if, just like in the UK, they just count till dawn? Instead, they sort of stop in the middle of the night, and we'll see. At least it's not like Australia, where we vote on Saturday, they take Sunday off for counting, and they get round to it again on Monday.
I know. France is the best country in the world at this, and it's not often I, recommend France, but they are the best at this. They don't allow early voting, no postal voting, unless you've got a reasonably good reason. You turn up, you show ID, right? You go into a private booth with a pencil and a piece of paper. The votes are emptied before everybody. Counting agents can watch. They have a result within 4 hours of the election. The French have got this right. There are never any accusations of fraud or jiggery-pokery of any kind at all. We should all do it the way the French do.
Correct. I could see that on a T-shirt sometime soon. Nigel Farage, let's all do it the way the French do it. All right, now, about King Charles and King Charles coming here in the next little while. I just can't believe that our state leaders, the premiers, so many of them have basically said, sorry, something else to do. These people would turn up if, as they have, big international star is turning up to play rock concert. Big international star is turning up to entertain at the football. Surely you can turn up for the head of the Commonwealth.
Yeah, I mean, look, regardless of your political view on the future constitutional status of Australia, and there are those that you would much rather have you as a sort of rather dreary republic. Well, that's fine. That's your choice. Not to turn up for the head of the Commonwealth, the head of state. It's just damned rude. And for Australia, for Australian politicians, to be treating, your closest ally in the world, people with whom, many, many millions of your country are directly related. I can't think of a bigger, more churlish insult than just for all of them not to turn up. I honestly, and perhaps you think I'm sounding a bit stuffy in English, but I think it's dreadful.
No, I'm completely with you, because apart from anything else, right, not only are you guaranteed the invite, not only are you guaranteed to sit in the front row, you're guaranteed you're going to meet him, okay? It's not like, hey, come along and look, maybe you'll sit up the back of the bus if eventually we'll get to you, right? So there's going to be an interpersonal moment, surely at the very least curiosity about a world figure, but as you say, the obvious connections of family and the system of government. Like, as I said, they would turn up to the head of insert church or the head of insert lobby group, the King of the Commonwealth, who has a direct connection to the governor, who swears you in when you win an election. Yeah, you turn up.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know what they're thinking. But it's funny, isn't it? Because we saw this with the Voice referendum. We saw this with the monarchy referendum 25 years ago. That it's a very strange thing that often political leaders are out of touch with their own electorate. And I bet if we did an opinion poll in Australia right now as to whether they should turn up, I bet an overwhelming majority would say, as a matter of common courtesy, if nothing else, they should be there.
Well, if there is an enterprising news organisation, I hope they do so and do so soon. Alas, the only responsibility I have is just to sit here, but I get to talk to great people like you. Nigel, thank you so much. We'll see you again when I'll be just as nervous in a week's time. Thank you, mate.